Hi, I'm Vicki Hoth with Handi Quilter, and I'd like to present to you today Pro Stitcher Premium with Opti-Stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and go up to my Settings tab right here. Click on that and come over here, and you'll recognize everything except there is a new button in the ribbon, Opti-Stitch. When I select that, over in my sidebar here, I have some features, something that looks different. If I'm going to go ahead and unselect that, and I have what we call Opti-Stitch. Opti-Stitch is a feature which automatically calculates speed and acceleration to match the quilter's chosen design and give it the optimal stitch performance. With this new feature, Pro Stitcher Premium will smoothly slow down and then speed up in and out of corners. Designs will be executed with improved accuracy, even with the most intricate designs and patterns. Manual control of speed and acceleration are available within the program, so we can go ahead and do a customize, and then we can slow down our speed if we need to do some fussy quilting, such as stitch in the ditch. So we can move this down because the Opti-Stitch is up at 100, and you can see that, but we go to customize, and if we want to customize it, we can go ahead and slide down to maybe we're stitching in the ditch and we want to go really slow. So it's going to give our speed, a slow, so that we can do those fussy quilting. If we want to slow down our acceleration or speed it up, if we're noticing that we've changed the acceleration and the stitches as you go into points are short or they're long as you go out, then we can decrease that acceleration so that it will slow down as it goes into points and get a more accurate stitch, and it will slow down as it goes out so that we get that accurate stitch as it goes out, so that they're more consistent. Now, if I want to go back to my default settings, I just press the customize again, and that will take me to my default settings. If I want to go to those customized settings, go ahead and press customize again, and then I have those, and it saved them, and I think, well, I want to adjust one of these. I can go ahead and adjust it. Now I'm ready maybe to go back into my Pro Stitcher and do some just edge-to-edge quilting or whatever so that I want the default settings back on. Customize, and I have my default settings. Another feature that we have is if in the settings tab, we're going over to stitches per inch right here. And then as we look over in our sidebar, we'll see a B, based stitch. So rather than having to go into stitches per inch and then change it, we can actually set our basting stitch to what we like it. And actually, I like mine to be about, well, first of all, we better turn on the basting stitch. There we go. And it selects that, and then I want to change it. I like mine to be about 1/4 inch, but you can have it what you would like. And now I have it a basting stitch, and then when I want to change, it's right here in my sidebar, and as I'm stitching, it will be there, and I can change back and forth. So if I want to turn basting off, I'm back into my 12 stitches per inch. So one of the nice features about the base stitch is I can assign it over in my quick access tools over here on my left. So I'm in my settings tab, go to display, and over in my sidebar, press assign, and now it has given me a drop down for each one of these tools on this quick access, and so I can assign it to anything here. So I'm going to go ahead, open that up, and there is my basting stitch. I am going to assign it, and then I can go ahead and go back over to my sidebar and turn it off, and now I have my basting stitch there so that it'll always be on the front screen, quick access tool, so that when I want to turn off my basting or turn it on, there it is, it's on, turn it off, as easy as that. Another feature that a lot of quilters have been asking for is to have the motors, as you get to the end of a design, to have the motors unlocked. And so we have that feature in Settings, Tab, Advanced, and over here there's something new, Keep Motors Locked. This right here, you can see that it is unlocked, so it's not selected. That means that when it finishes the design or the block, it will keep the motors unlocked. If I select it, it will lock them, just like you've been used to, but you can unlock it. So a lot of quilters like it that way. Another feature while we're on this in the settings in advanced is you'll see our simulation. When we wanted a simulation license, like we wanted to install our simulation Pro Stitcher onto your tablet or onto a tablet or onto a computer, you needed a simulation license, and you don't have to have that anymore. So it's really simple. Go to our website, download the latest version of Pro Stitcher, and install it on your computer. The only thing that it doesn't do is it doesn't give you the designs. So if you want the designs, you'll need to drag and drop them from your tablet onto a USB stick, or the USB stick that came with your Pro Stitcher, it has the designs on it. Another feature is design points. Now to find design points, we go to View, Tab, and then you'll see another button here in the ribbon. It's called Design Points. And if I press that, you'll be able to see little nodes. And those nodes represent line segments. So if I have a node right there, go to there, that's one line segment. Well, why do we do that? Well, the reason is because sometimes when I have a thread break or my bobbin runs out of thread, I need to restart someplace in the design. On straight lines, it wants to start at the beginning of that straight line, not someplace in the middle. And so it kind of tells me where that line segment is. So with curved lines, they have a lot more line segments or a lot more nodes. So just place your needle where your thread broke, and then you can choose the closest line segment as you go to the auto in New Start and End and let the machine find it for you. Another feature is the improved integration for the Infinity to have the thread cutter cut at the end of a jump or at the end of the pattern. Now we've also made some changes with our user interface, so you're going to see some differences on the screen. Right at the top right corner, you're going to see an I, used to be a question mark. This is information. Over on your left is your user manual. Okay, you can open that up right here and see anything that's in your user manual. So go ahead and close that. This also tells you your version of your Pro Stitcher. The other question mark, or the only question mark that we have now, is the blue question mark, and that is my on-screen help. So if I don't know what X-Form does, I can go ahead and press X-Form, and it gives me the information, and it's exactly what comes out of the manual. It's right there, tells me how to use it and what it does. Now if you'll look at the Modify tab and go to Align, you'll notice that things have been rearranged over on the sidebar on the right. Okay, so we have, this is where we do our stretch, horizontal and vertical, our vertical functions, our horizontal functions, and then we've taken that center, we've placed it up here. It's kind of should be by itself. So if I wanted to center this design, I can press center, and it centered it both horizontal and vertical. If I wanted to stretch it both horizontal and vertical, I can go ahead and go to the stretch, and it stretched it on all four sides. We'll undo that. If I wanted to just do the horizontal or just the vertical, of course it did both because I didn't undo it. But you can see that they're boxed there, so they kind of are together in the way they should work together with vertical, horizontal, and stretch. Another small change that we've made in Repeat is in the Repeat tab in the sidebar, instead of saying Fit, it says fill. So when I press fill, it does the same thing, but it as it used to when we said fit, but it just sounds, it's more logical. It fills the area with that design. There's no stretching or resizing of the design unless I press the stretch in the horizontal and I press the stretch in the vertical, and then it will fit the area. Another feature that we've done is we've actually put a little box around the P to P, the point to point, so you actually know that it's a button. Now if you click the P to P, it stays selected so that you know that you have done it. Another tab that has some changes is Modify and Rotate. So as we go over to the sidebar, we'll see that they're kind of sectioned off now. We have lines to section off your 45-degree rotation, your mirror and your flip, and the 2-point rotation, your 2-point and your end. So those work together. Now, if you find that you're having an issue or two and you want to go back to the previous version, which would be 461, go ahead and go back to our website and download that onto your jump drive, and you can roll back to the 461 version. We are so excited about this new version of Pro Stitcher Premium. I hope you enjoy it as much as we are enjoying it here. Use it, enjoy it, and happy quilting.